Tohno-kun? 絶対安静だって言われたでしょ?
We were
なんで
instructed
起
to
き上がろう
rest.
としているんですか、あなたは。
We're doing regular old Shiki things. Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to TSUKIHIME A, where yes, we are already trying to get back out there for whatever reason. I don't really know what Shiki's plan here is, if he even has a concrete plan. The last episode was a little bit of an eye-opener and an informative one. We got to meet Mr. Vampire Michael Roa himself and whatever the rest of his name is, because I remember it was a whole lot of things. But we got to meet Roa, and apparently, we got to learn a whole lot of other stuff. We got to learn that there was another Shiki Tohno, which was, I guess, who Roa used to be. And it was an actual situation. You know, these people here, Mario, he had like a really good hunch. He was on the right track that yes, the oldest son was the one harboring that vampire. That was indeed the case. It wasn't actually the Shiki Tohno that we've been following along with this entire time. Crazy turn of events, crazy information that we got out of the last episode. But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. If Shiki can even, like, you know, move out of his room. She hurries to my bed. I take a second to observe her in silence.
何ですか、Tohno-kun。私の顔、何かついてます？
メガネがついてる。
He got you on that one.
Tohno-kun とお揃いですね。
She chuckles softly at the dumb joke. It's nice. She's still the same old Shield. Even after she told me that she'd disappear from my life, she still came to save me. She may be strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Roa, but the rest of her is still unchanged.
ありがとう。また先輩に助けられた。
これで荒事は2回目です。いい加減次は見捨てますから覚悟していてくださいね。
Huh? I was talking about our conversation at the site of the wreckage. She must have saved me some other time without me even noticing it.
そっか。2回目だったんだ。わかった。覚悟しとくよ。次は必ずやられる前にやることにする。
Shield stares me down.
Tohno-kun、もしかして
Nope.
まだ懲りてないんですか？
We haven't learned shit.
懲りてないも何も。俺は被害者だよ。あっちから問答無用でやってきたんだ。懲りるも何もないだろう。
それはそうですけど、Tohno-kun、やる気満々じゃないですか。
I let Shield's comment pass in silence. I'm not sure what sort of face I'm making, but I do know that I've got no intention of resting here when I could be taking action. I don't know what action we're going to be taking, but...
質問していいですか？
嫌です。と言っても、Tohno-kunには通じないようですね。
You know him very well.
いいですよ。それでTohno-kunがおとなしくしてくれるなら安いものです。しばらくおしゃべりにお付き合いしちゃいます。
Shield takes a seat in the same chair that Akiha was sitting in before. I was so certain that she'd refused me, but here she is. I still don't understand her at all.
マリオも来ているんですか？あと、ノエル先生は？
先生は自宅療養中です。マリオでしたら、下でAkihaさんと交渉中ですね。今後の対策の打ち合わせと、まあ、急所の探り合いでしょうか。
Shield speaks dispassionately. You know, this entire time I was under the impression of, like, we had the behind the curtain stuff, which we've, you know, been dabbling in with Arcueid and the vampires and all that. And then we had, like, the actual stage, the normal life here at the mansion, over at school, stuff like that. Friends, the people here, the sisters, you know, just that was the normal on-stage life. But it seems like there's more of a blend, the curtain being drawn than I actually anticipated, which is really weird. It's like a similar feeling to two people meeting from like two different areas. Like whenever you come across somebody from work or school at like a store or like a club meeting somewhere towns over or some shit. I don't know. But you guys get what I mean, right? Mario and Shield might be connected through the church, but it seems that there's no love lost between them.
じゃあ聞きます。さっきのやつがロアなんですね。
はい。あれが今代のロアの転生体です。7年前にトーノ君の命を略奪したトーノ式。
Yes,
そのあたり
we
の
did
事
hear
情は
this.
アキハさんに聞きました？
The crazy bullshit that it is.
ああ、聞いた。なんだ先輩。アキハと仲良くなったの？あいつ、先輩たちのこと嫌ってるみたいだったけど。
ええ、嫌われてますよ。アキハさんは異端狩りという私の仕事も嫌いなら、私自身のことも気に食わないそうです。ですね、並大抵の嫌われようじゃありません。この件が片付き次第、殺し合いをするのも辞さない感じです。
Oh, let's avoid all of that. Let's push that towards the fighting game. Shield says something quite alarming with an eerily casual smile.
そっか。まあ、それは置いておいて。話はロアに戻るんだけど、奴の住処はうちの学校だったんですか？
The thing is, like, I didn't mean to get that bad ending. It was a mistake on my part to go and get it, but it was like the biggest fucking, like, the biggest hint. The biggest revelation that we could have grabbed there.
ロアの隠れ家は他にも複数あったようですが、現在あの校舎を根城にしているのは間違いないようですね。
That's just nuts, man.
アルクエイドがロアの死者たちを残らず排除した結果、自分から動き出したんだと思います。
Well, at least that means the shit that we've been doing has been, you know, working out pretty well. In other words, Arcueid hasn't found him yet. Which means I still stand a chance of catching her in time.
トーノ君？
いえ、考え事をしてました。けど、どうしてロアはうちの学校なんかを住処にしてるんですか？そもそもあれは本当にロアなのかな？なんか聞いていたのとイメージが違いすぎて。
そのイメージというものが間違いですね。ロアは転生する吸血鬼。その時の姿や性格、思考性が変化するのは当然です。いいですか、トーノ君。ロアが転生先に選んだ肉体は、ロアとは別の人格、人間として育ちます。知性が十分に育たなければ、ロアは己を発揮できませんから。
Yeah, we found out about that not too long ago from Mario.
そうして一個人として成長した人間の全てを苗床にして、ロアは姿を現します。よりしろがロアに変身するのではなく、ロアの思想をよりしろが受け継ぎ、新しいロアになる。ですので、ロアとして覚醒した後も、その代のロアの行動原理は肉体に沿うものになりがちです。
The thing is that it's very likely that if we kill Roa now as he is, then he's just going to show up in another person 15, 16 to 18 years later or so, and he's going to be slightly different, but the idea is going to be the same with him.
肉体に影響される。じゃああいつは間違いなく四季の考え方を持ったロアということなんですか？
半々の状態といったところでしょうか。転生先となった塔の四季の意識は7年間専盲状態だった。
The thing is, I thought that, you know, the takeover of the body would have happened like a lot later in life, which is why I said like later teen years from now in age. But this happened to him whenever he was still pretty much a child. That's so interesting.
だから四季本人の自我が弱い時、思想はオリジナルの初代ロアのものに近くなる。あれ、こんなケースはロアの歴史の中でも珍しいことでしょうね。ある意味、ロアという人物はもう存在しないんです。あそこにいるのは永遠という事柄、不老不死を求める脅迫観念に過ぎません。厄介なのはその脅迫観念に意志と歴史、積み重ねた魔導の知識があるということ。ロアは不老不死の探求を続けられるのなら、 自分が何をしようと構わない。シキ本人の意志、シキの欲求を止めることはしません。むしろ欲望の達成を手助けするでしょう。よりしろの確執が消えれば、思想は完全にロアだけのものになりますから。
四季本人のやりたいこと。
はい。おそらく彼はアルクエイドから隠れることより、トーノ君、あなたの殺害を第一としていたはずです。
四季の目的が俺の殺害って。
そうですね。言いにくいことですが、当の四季にとってあなたは自分を殺した人だからだと思います。
Which, I thought that, that was the case as well. I'm pretty sure we all thought that. We were led to believe that it was a situation where, OG Shiki over here. Well, actually, no. OG Shiki would be Roa. The Shiki that we've been following, we've been led to believe that he's the one that actually killed the one who becomes Roa. So, I don't know. Like, the idea, the perspective really got flipped on both ends, it sort of seems. So they were equal.
でもトーノ君は生きている。そしてシキは殺されてしまった。その結果、
Okay, you know what? That is a good way of putting it. Yeah, when you put it like that, it's like, okay, physically, he wasn't killed, but in this sort of way, in this sort of method of thinking, yeah, the Shiki Tohno of old was replaced with the Shiki as we know him.
シキはトーノの身内たちの手によって処罰された後、奇跡的に蘇生しました。けれど、その後に自分の家に戻っても、彼の居場所はなくなっていたんです。だって、トーノ家の長男はきちんと生きていて、妹のアキハさんと暮らしていたんですから。ある意味、あなたはトーノシキという人物を殺してしまったんです。彼の帰る場所をあなたが全て奪ってしまった。
But it wasn't by choice.
トーノマキヒサによって幽閉されていた
But
シ
he
キ
wouldn't know that, honestly.
自分として暮らしていたあなたにどんな感情を抱くかは分かりやすすぎるぐらいです。
四季にとって俺は自分の名前を使って塔の四季になりすましている。
はい。四季は何よりもあなたを憎んでいたんだと思います。
That's why he said a death for a death. He wants to get rid of us after we basically got rid of him. It's not like I'm all too happy with the arrangement that we wound up with either, but I suppose that wouldn't matter much to Shiki. To him, I'm just some despicable fraud. The man who stole his place in the world. And it's not like his resentment faded with time. Rather, he's spent the past 7 years nurturing it and letting it fester. Yeah. Looking at it this way, of course he wants to kill me. Shit, I'd want to kill me too.
でもさ、殺されたのは俺の方なんだ。
I mean, think of it this way. If you're not totally convinced, like I feel like I'm, going in that direction of, when somebody steals your identity, obviously they're not going to like live their life as you. They're just going to use your identity, to open a bunch of fucking credit card accounts and loans and who knows whatever else. They're going to make a mess of things. But they're going to utilize your identity, who you are. And the only emotion that I could think of that would be really invoked from that is anger. You'd be fucking pissed. I don't know if you'd want to go out and kill the person doing it, but goddamn, would you want to fucking, clock them in the jaw or some shit? So that might be kind of similar to what we have going on here. Obviously, even a step higher. He's not the only one who got robbed of his existence. 7 years ago, I would have been 10. And that 10-year-old me has been completely erased. I don't know anything from before then. I don't have any memories of my childhood. It's not like I long to meet my real parents, but everything I might have held dear no longer exists. I don't even know my old last name. Shiki, the child I once was, is gone without a trace.
トーノ君、憎しみで戦おうとするのはいけないことです。
I mean, you can. I just wouldn't really recommend it. Shield chides me, perhaps sensing something worrisome in my idle murmuring. The thing is, this kind of reminds me of that stupid-ass Golden Time show. You guys remember that? Where the main character... Sorry if you guys haven't watched it, but the main character has, like, amnesia. And, like, as the show kind of progresses, he begins to slowly but surely disassociate from the person that he became, and he more so, you know, falls back on the person he was, which means that the life that we were following him with begins to fade, but at least he's able to return to the life he once had. Now, I forgot how, you know, everything wrapped up because that show was a fucking, you know, that show was a mess, man. It was such a pain in the ass. Like, come on, college students aren't like that at all. Though I'm afraid her concern is misplaced.
そんなんじゃないです。俺がロアを殺すのは別の理由ですから。
憎しみはないんですか?
Shit, I pity him.
全くないわけじゃないけど、それはただあるだけの話です。それとは関係のないところでロアは放っておけない。放っておくと一人とんでもない無茶をするやつがいる。だから俺も急がないと。最後まで手伝うってあいつと約束したんだから。
That's right. I don't have time to rest up here. Not when she's been bearing her pain with a smile this entire time.
わかりません。どうしてそこまで彼女に肩入れするんですか? アルクエイドは吸血鬼です。トーノ君とは違うものじゃないですか。
それも関係ないですよ。俺はアルクエイドだから肩入れするんです。仮にあいつが人間だろうと怪獣だろうと。
Yeah, hopefully we don't come across any city-devouring kaiju. Actually, I shouldn't call her that. She'd sulk up a storm if she'd heard.
人魚だろうと結果は変わらない。
That's a better way of saying it.
俺はあいつそのものに惚れてるんです。
Staring straight into Shield's eyes, I declare my feelings for Arcueid. She quickly clasps her hands over her cheeks, which are flushing red for some reason.
あくまで彼女に協力すると言うんですね。
Of course. Which is why I'll head for the school the second my body allows it. There's a chance that Arcueid could find Roa and become embroiled in battle. The instant she does, her safety is no longer a guarantee. It is dubious how much help I can offer in my current state, but it's still better than letting her go it alone.
無理ですね。たとえトーノ君が満足に動けたところで、今の彼女ではロアには対抗できません。
Okay, then, you know, help from all of you guys would be pretty lit then.
対抗できないってどうしてそう断言できるんですか？
単純な足し算ですから。彼女は一度決壊した吸血衝動を抑えて活動している。そのために能力はさらに低下し、ロアの半分にも満たないでしょう。トーノ君の力はロアの半分もありませんから、トーノ君が協力したところでロアには太刀打ちできません。
I mean, things were pretty grim and not looking so hot whenever we were going up against Vlovs, so I feel like we'd be able to somehow throw something together here.
そもそも彼女は死にかかっています。能力が弱っているのに自分の衝動を抑えつけている。私たちで言うのなら、肺が潰れているのに動き。
What the hell? She's dying? Why? How? I knew she was suffering, but it never seemed like she was anywhere near that bad.
もちろん、それは吸血衝動を抑えなければ回復できるものです。楽になりたいのなら人間の血を吸えばいい。けれどアルケイドは二度と人の血は吸わないでしょう。だからロアを追いかける限り、彼女は自分から死に近づいているんです。
ふざけるな、そんなの。
I jump up from the bed, and down we go, and immediately collapse to the ground. It's not even a graceful fall. Instead, I hit the ground like a discarded piece of trash. It's so pathetic, it makes me want to curl up and die. Arcueid is out there pushing herself against the world, and I'm too frail to even walk.
無茶はしないでください。傷自体は合ってないようなものですけど、遠野くんの生命力は空っぽなんです。ロアの今代の転生体、四季の能力でしょう。あなたはナイフで刺されただけで、ごっそりと命そのものを削り取られたんです。
Yeah, that would be it.
命。
生命を活動させる動的な結合力。平たく言えばエネルギーですね。生きている限り動的な結合力は作り出されますけど、その蓄積量は個人差があるんです。一人の体から取り出せる生命力は無尽蔵ではなく限度がある。蓄積している生命力を一瞬にして奪われたら、その個体は生命活動を停止するんです。
Life force. The thing that sets someone in motion.
それは物を生かしているという。
そうですね。厳密に言うと死ではありません。ガソリンが切れてしまったから動かなくなる。エンジンは壊れていないんですから、エネルギーさえ戻ればまた走り出せます。
Chill moves to stand me up and lay me back down on the bed.
いい。もう横にはならない。
もう自分一人じゃ立ってられない人が何を言ってるんですか。横になるのが嫌でしたらこうしてください。
With a forceful push, Chill has me sit on the bed. The act of sitting is enough to send my breathing into disarray. Fuck. I'll never make it to school at this rate. Even if I could find Arcueid, I'd only slow her down.
いいんですよ。遠野くんはもう戦わなくて。ロアのことならあと数日もあれば決着がつきますから。
決着って。
ロアの転生体が特定できましたから、法王朝、私たちの本拠地ですけど、今回はマーリオもいますし、3日もあれば十分な数の代行者が送り込まれますから、ロアはそれでおしまいです。結局また同じことの繰り返しになりますけど、とりあえずそれで今代のロアは処理できます。
Yeah, but that's not exactly what we want. We want to cut the rope here. 3 days. Wait, 3 days?
ダメだ。そんなもの待ってられない。今夜にでもアルクエイドはロアとやり合うかもしれないんだ。だったらそんなもの何の意味もないじゃないか。
I forced my power into my legs. Somehow masking my ragged breathing, I get up from the bed.
先輩、俺のナイフ。
Our fucking trusty blade.
私が預かってますけど、あなたに渡すと思いますか。
That'd be cool if you did.
思わないけど、人のものを取り上げないでほしい。確か汝盗むべからず。
Shield takes the knife out of her habit with a resigned sigh.
この担当は遠野くんのですからお返ししますけど、学校に戻るつもりなんですか。
何度もそう言ってる。アルクエイドがロアを見つける前に俺が。
Put an end to him. If Shiki is after my life, then we'll wind up chasing one way or another. Or clashing, not chasing. Well, if so, I should go there and kill him myself to protect Arcueid.
そんな体で。やっぱりわかりませんね。あなたがそこまで彼女にこだわる理由、聞かせてください。
It's the same question as before. Sending strength to my trembling knees, I reaffirm my resolve that I might instill them with the strength to burst out of you.
俺は。
Why do I want to help her? Because I like her? Because it's fun to be around her? I'd just be lying to myself if I said that. There's one far more deep-rooted reason. One which trumps everything else. We owe it to her? Or that.
なんかほっとけないんだ。多分。
嘘です。そんなことで自分の命をないがしろにはできません。真面目に答えてください、遠野くん。そんな理由じゃ私は納得できません。
I mean, you could refuse it all you like.
いや、本当に理由はそんなことなんだ。あいつは今まで一人で楽しいことがいっぱいあるってことも知らなくて、ずっとバカみたいに。そんなのは寂しすぎるだろ。そんな意味のない人生、俺は許せない。
That's why I just wanted to show her that this world has so much going on, even if the majority is pointless crap. Learning all about it, experiencing it for yourself, is the joy of living. It's a truth so simple even children understand it.
ただ教えてやりたかった。あいつはあんなに楽しそうに笑っていたけど、そんなのは誰にでも手に入れられるものなんだって。世の中にはもっともっとつまらない悩みなんて消し飛ぶぐらい楽しいことがあるんだって。何回でも連れ回したかった。当たり前のことを当たり前のように感じられるように、あいつを幸せにしてやりたかった。
My desire doesn't come from sadness. It's a simple, honest wish from the bottom of my heart. I want her to be able to smile always, because there's nothing I find more radiant, more lovely, more beautiful.
だってそうだろ。あいつは今まで救われなかった分、その何倍も幸せにならなくちゃいけない。帳尻は合わせないと嘘だ。だいたいあいつが一人で亡くなる方法なんて簡単すぎる。そんなことで悩んでるとかバカみたいだ。
Yeah, it's a piece of cake. All she needs is someone that she can talk to, and the freedom to do what she wants.
きっとさ、それは誰にだってしてやれることなんだ。他の誰でもあいつを幸せにすることはできる。だから確かに俺がこんなみっともない体でこんな風に躍起になる必要はない。
I know. I know it all too well, but I'm not doing this for some logical reason.
けどダメなんだ。他の誰かになんて任せられないし、このままあいつと別れることなんてできない。俺にはもうあいつ以外にいないんだ。
That's just the kind of bastard I am. At least you're honest about it. I'd already given up on so many things. I could have died like a dog and not cared. Yet now I desire something so much, it's like I'm a different person.
アルクエイドを愛してる。
As a man, I'm in love with everything about her.
でもそれ以上に俺は自分の手であいつを幸せにしてやりたい。このままであいつに消えてほしくない。今はただそれだけなんだ。
My man is whooped. Yeah, that's all it is. I care more about Arcueid than I do my own life. Be careful about that. She's the sole purpose for which I was granted these eyes. I can't say that with absolute certainty, or I can say that.
他の誰でもですか。バカなこと言わないでください。他の誰にもできませんよ。だってそんなことを言えるのは世界中でトーノくんだけみたいですから。
She'll sighs deeply and shrugs her shoulders in exasperation.
先輩。
ちょっと頭にきちゃいました。
You know it.
彼女もう十分幸せじゃないですか。
She wears a cynical smile, but her tone is gentle. Suddenly, I hear a noise from the window. The scraping of branches and twigs.
驚かないでいいですよ。
Oh,
彼女が立ち去っただけですから。
that was her.
さっきからおかしな違和感があったんですけど。
God damn
や
it,
っぱりそう
man.
だったんですね。
She'll glances toward the window.
ロアよりトーノくんの方を優先してきてたなんて彼女らしくないですけど。まあこれでロアの方を優先しているようでしたら私がとどめを刺しに行きますが。
なんでアルクエイドが俺の部屋なんかに来るんだよ。
トーノくんがロアにやられたから心配で見に来たんでしょう。 私たちの話に聞き耳を立てていて、
Ah,
たった今ロアのと
shit.
ころに行っちゃいましたけど。
Ah, shit, man.
行ったってどうして？
当たり前じゃないですか。あんなこと聞いちゃったら私だって同じ行動をとります。羨ましいけど同じぐらい哀れですね。
Oh, I can't wait for your route, whatever that entails.
どうして？
トーノくんはアルクエイドを助けたいけど、アルクエイドはトーノくんを巻き込みたくない。なら答えは一つです。さて、これで諦めがついたでしょ。トーノくんがどう頑張ったところで彼女には追いつけません。ですから、
ふざけるな！
In a fit of rage, I grab at her collar. The short burst of movement is enough to get my head spinning, but I ignore the dizziness.
こうなると分かって俺に理由を聞いたのか？
いいえ、私、トーノくんが彼女をそういう風に見てたなんて知りませんでした。確かに、これは私の失策です。
Even so, her expression doesn't change. Her gaze is perfectly calm as I cling to her collar. This is pointless. Arcueid is already on her way. I've got more important things to do than blame Shield.
彼女の後を追う。連れて行け。
そんな体の人の脅迫を聞くと思っているんですか？
Oh, yeah, of course not.
知るか。言うことを聞かないなら、ここでめちゃくちゃに暴れてやる。
How would you exactly do that? Her expression crumbles. Yeah, it's quite the look. The stern face from before is replaced by one of quiet astonishment, and she looks away and ponders for a moment. After a few seconds, Shield breathes another heavy sigh.
その提案は魅力的ですけど、仕方ありません。私の失策でもありますし、乗りかかった船ですから、こうなったら終着までお付き合いします。
Shield peels my fingers off her collar and comes around to my side. We're going through the window, aren't we?
それじゃあ連れて行ってあげますから、おとなしくしていてくださいね。
I don't even have the time to be confused. Shield picks me up, cradling me in her arms.
アキハさんに見つかると止められますので、彼女と同じ方法で行きましょうか。
はい、ちょっと、シエル先輩。
And away we go. There's a soft thud as she steps onto the windowsill. And a split second later, we leap out into the night. And this isn't the first time that we've been, carried and flown somewhere. So it's all good. We should be getting used to this sort of stuff. Come on now. Bright-ass fucking moon. Actually, we've had a full moon here ourselves. And I guess, the light coming off of the moon has been enough to, generate a little bit of solar power for some people. The graceful avatar bounds beneath the moon without flaw. From roof to roof, without stopping or falling, she crosses the sky like an arrow set loose. Her destination is fixed. The high school on the fringes of this city, the place where her foe has made his nest, the site of a battle long awaited. The distance between the house on the hill and the school grounds is a mere 2 kilometers as the crow flies. A journey of a few minutes on legs such as these. She's well accustomed to this sort of pursuit. Flying with complete efficiency, her every action is specialized toward piercing her target. This silhouette has been a heaven-sent bolt of death for many a dead apostle. Yet, just for tonight, her trajectory is filled with a gentle warmth.
大好き、大好き、大好き、大好き。
As the sky bathes her upturned face in moonlight, she shouts her feelings to the universe. If she didn't let them out, her heart would surely burst. If she didn't press her hands against her cheeks, they would burn from the heat. Ah, to be in love. Inexplicable light has flooded her chest. Tingles of contentment flow through her neck and into her brain. It's an experience entirely new to her, one of pure joy. The shroud of melancholy that bound her mere minutes before is nowhere to be found. Even though her body may be on the verge of collapse, even though she may not have the strength to keep on fighting, Even if she may not have a future once she defeats the vampire lurking in the school. Even if all she did until now has been pointless without any meaning or redemption.
構わない。そんなの全然どうでもいい。
All of these problems are a thing of the past. Everything between her and Roa feels like little more than an insignificant feud. What fuels her now is that which wells up in her heart. The feeling of wanting to protect someone precious to her, a feeling that she's never grasped for herself until this moment. The Roa this time is different. Compared to Roas of the past, he's less interested in the pursuit of immortality. This Roa possesses a deep, singular interest in one person. By examining all that had occurred as one sequence, she arrived at the necessary conclusion. She realized that the relation between her Shiki and the other Shiki is much like the one between her and Roa.
だから私が倒す。
No more bringing him into danger, and no more hesitating about her clash with Roa. A few minutes prior, she had feared their confrontation. The rationality at her core said her odds for victory were slim at best. It wasn't the prospect of failing her mission that frightened her. No, she feared dying at her foe's hand, disappearing and never seeing him again. But now it's different. She's propelled by an all-encompassing joy. Because she's alone, I can't just abandon her. That's all the reason I need. Her eyes, her lips, her entire being is flushed with bashful delight. Can she win? Can she survive? Will she be able to meet him again? And that would be nice, she thinks. So she'll keep fighting for that possibility, for her own hopes and dreams. Never before has something like this driven her. It's not hatred or duty. Rather, it's the elation from being able to dedicate herself to him that propels the white figure across the night sky.
私に返せるものはないけれど。
As thanks for the warmth burning in her chest.
あなたの敵をやっつけるわ。
Her mind is made up. She will use whatever remains of her power to end things tonight. The memory remains branded on her heart. With a smile, she accepts those simple words, her reward for a journey of 1,000 years. I do think that she's pretty stupid for going out to do this, but I kind of understand where she's coming from. Laying it out, the way that she has, now she feels like she's doing something for him. Something that definitely creates a bit of joy for her. But we don't like that shit. We don't like what she's up to. All right, we'll wrap it up there just to avoid having to cut off in the middle of some context here. And this context that we're coming up on seems to be really important. We're coming up on our big final fight, the climax. I would like to assume the climax here. Oh boy, I hope you guys are ready. I know I'm almost ready. I'm almost there. But next episode, will at least, things will at least begin to go down. And man, oh man, I'll be there for it. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.